Hey, what's up, guys? Carry on back from the video. And today I'm going to do my Attack on Titan review, episode 74 review English dub. So here it goes. Episode starts out with Zeke there, and mostly we see Zeke as a kid and stuff like that. And we hear about Zeke's father saying he's going to rule the land someday and stuff like that. That's what he was actually saying to Zeke and stuff. This he was actually also saying something about the aliens and stuff like that. So how they actually can turn into titans and stuff like that. That's what he was saying to Zeke there and stuff like that. And he's like, you know, you can actually rule this land someday because of the thing there and stuff. When that was going on with that stuff there, this guy comes out with the with a mop there, and he was saying something to them, saying, "What are you guys are like doing up here? Why you like you need help and stuff like that?" That's what he was actually saying at first, until he actually looked at the wristbands there, and he's like, you know, there were like aliens and stuff like that, and then he throws the water at them. Throws the water at them, saying like, you know, you're possessed and stuff like that. He was actually saying possessed of this like curse there and stuff like that for it. So he throws the water at them and saying about that crap. So they technically they're like technically the guy technically traced him out and stuff like that. Traces Zeke's parents out and stuff like that for it. The next scene there, we see Zeke was actually getting prepared for the army type of thing there. When he was actually getting prepared for the army and stuff like that, technically Zeke didn't really want to get into the army, but his parents made him to go into the army and stuff like that for it. They were actually saying something to them and stuff like that. They're like, "What does he think about the Zeke kid trying to be in the army and stuff like that?" They're like, "We don't 100% know how he's actually gonna do and stuff like that for it." And Zeke, we seen Zeke walking there. He was actually we see the next thing we see Zeke walking there and stuff like that. Fucking this guy there, he was like throwing a freaking baseball into the wall and stuff like that. And then he was actually telling Zeke to make him play catch there. So he was like passing the ball around with him, and Zeke kind of noticed he was in a different type of clan there, because his wristband was technically red there, and Zeke was technically yellow. And he was saying something about, he's like, you're not, he's like, why you're in this like different type of clan? He's like, well, he's like, I did something there. He's like, I mostly did this clan there because I can do my research there for doing Titans there and stuff like that, so he can actually research the Titans and stuff like that for it. Mostly he was actually saying something about like researching the Titans and stuff like that, saying how they turn in some of them, like some people that can actually turn into Titans and stuff like that. So he's technically doing that type of research there, and he was telling Zeke that and stuff like that for it. The next scene there, we see Zeke's parents there. We see Zeke's parents there and stuff like that. Zeke was like kind of like freaking out there, and he's like, "What we're supposed to do and stuff like that," and he's like, and stuff, and telling Zeke's parents wanted to turn Zeke into a Titan there. And that's what he was trying to do. They're trying to make Zeke turn into a Titan there and stuff like that. He's like, you know, we have to do this because of the thing there. Mostly trying to brainwash technically Zeke there. Most of his parents were technically trying to brainwash him there to thinking they can take over the land and stuff like that for it. So he was saying stuff about that. The parents were saying stuff about that and stuff like that. He walks over to the guy who honestly was playing catch earlier. The guy was technically breaking down, and he's like, you know, we have to move and stuff like that because of the parents are trying to do and stuff like that. And then he's like, mostly we had to do a sacrifice there, and actually made me as a Titan. The guy was starting to break down and starting to cry there. he was like, he's like, you know what, just turn your parents in because, he told Zeke to turn his parents in because of the way he is. Like, he's like, they're not treating you right there. Your grandparents will take care of you and stuff like that. That's what he was actually trying to say to Zeke there. And mostly Zeke was like saying like, okay. So he turned his parents. Technically, Zeke turned his parents into the technically he turned his parents in and stuff like that. They got arrested and stuff like that for it. I guess years passed there. And stuff like that. And then Zeke was technically like a teenager and stuff like that. And then he was passing the ball around with the guy there and stuff like that. The guy was starting to get weak and getting older and stuff like that. So he's like technically not looking too good. And he's like, Zeke was actually saying something about like what is this Titan thing. It's mostly affecting me and stuff like that for it. So he was actually explaining what's the Titans thing there. So he was like, the guy was kind of like getting weak and getting sick and stuff like that. So he was about to die soon and stuff. They actually was saying something about like what type of Titan powers he actually wants them to have and stuff like that for it. So he and then we go to the we actually go into another time skip where he's telling Ezekiel was suddenly a man and stuff like that. And then technically was talking about Eren and stuff like that. And he's like, he noticed about Eren's father there also was trying to brainwash Eren there. Well, technically Eren's father was trying to brainwash Eren, like Zeke was with his parents there. He was telling me, he's like Eren's like the same way as me and stuff like that. He's like, I need to save him because of it and stuff like that. That's what he was saying about that. So he was saying stuff about that, saying like I need to save him and stuff like that for it. And then we go into, and then they were actually saying about that. So the next scene we see, mostly we go into the the present there, and then actually Zeke was talking to Eren there, saying about like how he's more of a thing there and stuff like that. And he's like, you know, Eren, you like know about all this stuff there about your parents totally brainwashing you and thinking all these are totally evil and stuff like that. And then he told Zeke, he's like, you know what, Zeke, I don't 100% know about this and stuff like that. So that's what Eren was actually saying about that. So Zeke gave him the baseball there, gave Eren the baseball there. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna let you have it and stuff like that. And when that was going on with that stuff there, we see freaking the next scene we see freaking Levi has Zeke down and stuff like that, and he's like, you know what, you can pin me all you want there, but it's never gonna notice your thing and stuff like that for it. So Levi was like, you know. He's like, Levi noticed the fucking laser growing back on Zeke and shit like that. He's like, well, I need to cut him off again so he won't escape and stuff like that. So he did something there. He pulled the fucking thunder rod there. And then Levi was like, oh fuck. In the episode we see fucking Levi was like looks at thing there. He technically pulled the thunder rod, and then fucking Levi's like, oh, he like looked at that. He's like, oh fuck, there type of thing. So, and we see like the horse. We see the thing exploded there, and that's where the episode ends. So yep, that's more chip. Comment, rate, and response to this videos. We like my videos. Please subscribe. Hit the notification for more uploads. Comment, response to this videos. We like hang out. Have your peace.